What's going on, everybody? Just letting you know, sorry. When I recorded my video, I thought it was going to sound great. However, when I was trying to sync up my audio decided to went MIA, and yeah, so I couldn't sync up any audio. Luckily, that the GoPro was able to maintain that audio. So I apologize in advance, and hopefully you can deal with my extreme jet engine of an AC system. But thank you again for your guys' support, and hope you guys enjoy the video. What's going on, everybody? And holy crap, it's been a while since I did one of these. Sorry, just got busy. I think my last video was, well, no, I recorded one, I just never got around to editing it. Last official video was just before Christmas, and then life happened, and I got lazy and didn't want to do any videos. But anyways, I'm back. So something's happened, and for those of you guys that are following me on my Instagram and Facebook feed, you guys know that I received a very special package in the mail the other day. Anyways, long story short, the Full Sail launch box finally came in, and I'm here to showcase the music production launch box for 2022. I don't think a whole lot's changed from the 2021 launch box or there before, but hey, I'm only doing this one time, so why not? But as of 2022, here's the contents of this launch box. Ooh, I should have had that prepared, ready to go. But you are getting a MacBook Pro 16-inch, Absolute Home and Office Premium. I have no idea what the hell that is. Belkin USB 3.0 hub. Belkin USB-C Ethernet adapter. iLock. Sennheiser E835 microphone. It's pronounced 835, but whatever, I said it weird. StageMaster 25-foot XLR cable. Sennheiser HD 280 Pro headphones. Alan Parsons USB, which is pretty much just like notation type software. Novation launch key. A desktop microphone stand and a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Plus a bunch of other goodies bundled in as far as software wise. Alright, do I have my lineup? I'm missing a device. Oh, that hurt. Anyways, well, I was digging around. Alright, so let's get this party started. So, you get the Mac. Damn. A little iPad Pro. This is the 9th generation. This came out. Oh, I don't even know, dude. But, yeah. 64 gigabyte iPad. Pretty cool stuff. You actually get this if you're an online student. You actually get this after your first month of class. So I've had this for a little bit, but this is technically a part of your launch box, and everybody else will get it when their launch box comes in. So, iPad. Alright, so with this school gave me quite a bit of things. A lot of the stuff I am not going to be using. I either have the same thing or a step above. Not saying that to be snobby, it's what I have. For example, is E835 microphone. Pretty much your standard karaoke microphone. And this is what they give you to do your job, pretty much. This is a good entry-level microphone, but I have the Shure SM7B, and there's nothing that's going to beat that unless I start spending, anywhere between thousands of dollars just for one freaking microphone. I probably won't ever do that, but yeah, this is probably as good as it's going to get right here. This microphone, it records damn near everybody out there in the industry, and does a kick-ass job of it. Also, it sounds phenomenal. But Yeah, I mean, it's the difference between going from, you know, $100 microphone, if that, to a several $100 microphone. I think this one cost me about 400 bucks. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice backup. I'll probably use it for if I need to mic up an instrument or something. But yeah, other than that, it probably won't ever see the light of day out of its box. All right, so the next thing we got is the Sennheiser HD 280 Pro. And I actually have a set of these already. They're my first set of headphones I got when I started putting my studio together. Great closed back headphone, at least for when I needed it. But they actually sent me the same thing. It's right here. This one I know for sure will not see the light of day because I already have a pair that's already opened up, and it's just kind of sitting in my backup, area. But yeah, and I probably won't even touch them at all anymore. I end up upgrading my headphones to the Bear Dynamics 19. What were they? The 1990 Pros. These headphones right here cost over $600 freaking, but they're phenomenal. It's definitely you get what you pay for type deal, and the sound quality on these are, I feel like I got laser hearing when I wear these. That and they're a hell of a lot more comfortable. The pads themselves are made of velvet. They sit. It's like a cloud kissing your eardrums. It's just, mwah, I love it, love it, love it. Whereas these guys right here, after, gosh, maybe about an hour or so of sitting here with headphones on, listening to music and recording, I really started getting some pressure right around here, and it kind of makes things suck after a while. You know, you really don't want to sit with them on, which is also the reason why I got studio monitors. I know having the diversity between having studio monitors and headphones is always great, but my reasoning why I got the studio monitors, not just because of the sexiness factor, is these headphones were a pain in the ass to wear after a while, and it was just nice to be able to take them off and do my music. But these are great, don't get me wrong. I mean, these are great entry-level headphones. They definitely did it justice for the longest time when I was doing my thing before I upgraded. And really and truly, if I didn't upgrade, I would still be wearing these. They're great. They just, you get what you pay for. And yeah, I got nothing else to say. But yeah, these are definitely one of the things that I'll probably never see the light of day, especially since I already have one opened up and is sitting on the standby ready to go. But yeah, so Sennheiser HD 280 Pros, your headphones. Alright, another piece of gear I already own is the Scarlett 2i2. This is an audio interface. This pretty much for you guys that are not familiar with audio interfaces is that if you're doing any sort of outboard gear recording, such as running an external microphone that's not USB powered, guitars, anything that requires an amp, really and truly, you're going to need an audio interface. If you want to hook up external studio monitors, you're going to need an audio interface. Which is cool because this Scarlett is actually pretty good. It's the most used audio interface out there that I'm aware of. And I'm just regurgitating information there. But yeah, this is the most used audio interface out there for hobbyists and professionals alike. But unfortunately, this thing will not see the light of day unless something happens, because I am running the exact same audio interface over here. Everything's all hooked up, ready to go. So hopefully that one doesn't burn out. Or, you know, if I run a second station, I got an audio interface. But yeah, these guys they're not too expensive. Maybe a couple $100 for a Focusrite. When I got mine, at least, it was, I wouldn't even say a couple hundred, really. Yeah, I think it was maybe 100 something. Higher end of the hundreds. But yeah, it wasn't crazy expensive out there, but not a bad little tool to have at all. I love that they included the Scarlett because this is going to be the most versatile thing out there, at least until you grow out of it. What you will grow out of it. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting ready to grow out of mine. Running out of inputs. The Scarlett itself only has 2 outputs, meaning you can only have one pair of studio monitors coming out without doing any sort of external rigging, such as having like Y cables to split up your monitors. Um, but yeah, as out of the box, it's not enough outputs for me. And once I start getting more speakers or different speakers that do different things, it'll be nice to have um, some extra ports. And that the next steps up, they offer more inputs. Which the inputs thing I'm not really too worried about, just because the mixer I have behind me also functions as an audio interface. I don't know if you could see that, but that's the Mackie Pro FX. I got 10 different inputs that I can use for that guy over there. And like I said, with that specific model, it can function as an audio interface. So really and truly, I got 2 Scarletts and the Mackie. That's 3 audio interfaces ready to go. I just don't use my Mackie as a audio interface. I just use it as its primary function as a mixer. But it's cool. It's nice to have. Yeah. All right, couple little things here. I thought this was pretty cool. They provided the on-stage stands, desktop microphone stand. I've actually never used one of these, so I mean it's heavy. It's got some weight to it. So I mean you can put whatever freaking microphone you want on here. I won't need that one, but as my microphone collection grows, actually this might come in handy later down the road. Just not today. Maybe down the road, but not today. With the weight behind it, I mean, it's going to keep whatever microphone you have steady. Obviously, it's a freaking microphone stand. It's supposed to keep your microphone steady. But overall, I mean, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Belkin freaking Ethernet cord adapter for the MacBook Pro, which is awesome. Awesome, but I also think it's freaking dumb how Apple does their things, but everybody has their opinions, and I don't want to open up them can of worms. They offer XLR cable, which is awesome. You can never have too many of these. I won't say I won't use it right now. I will use it eventually. But as of right now, I'm XLR'd out. I got all the XLR cables for my current rig right now that's needed. I got my main one coming out of my my Shure, going straight into my cloud lifter. Then have another XLR going from the cloud lifter to over here, my Mackie, and then 2 XLRs to the Focusrite to provide audio. Ooh, I almost forgot my route for a second. But yeah, you can never have too many XLR cables. This will come in handy later down the road, just not today. Alright, a couple more of the sexy bits. The Novation Launchpad. Now this guy has given me the most amount of trouble so far. This guy right here. Now, the Novation Launchpad, this is a MIDI controller. It's not a standalone. Star-Lord! It's not a standalone keyboard, meaning you have to have a computer with software to run this keyboard, which is fine in my boat. I have the software to run it. And I do got a caveat with that whole software thing here in a minute. God, I'm sucking today. Anyways, not too much of a fan of the 25 keys. They're great. I think it's an awesome entry-level keyboard. And really and truly, this guy was not going to see the light of day. because I prefer the Alesis. That's my first and only MIDI keyboard that I was wanting to mess around with. And then I started sitting on it. I'm a sucker for gear, and yeah. So I sat on it for a night and started really dwelling on it, and wanted a way to pull this sucker out of the box and play with it. Well, I pulled it out of the box, hooked it up, and it found out it had lights on it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I started thinking, I'm like, well, can I hook up both? I've never hooked up multiple outboard devices like that before. So I was learning, and come to find out, it was very easy to do. It was all it was a click of a button on a mouse, and it can read both MIDI controllers, which is awesome. Um, it's more for the sexy factor of how it looks over here more than anything. Just because I run everything off of this. This is my this right as of right now. Now it's set up is this is my master. This is secondary. Um, and I haven't even dove into all the extra little buttons and light shows that this guy can do. But so far it's pretty cool. The feel factor, it feels kind of cheap, to be honest with you, in comparison with the Alesis. With the Alesis, the keys are semi-weighted. And what was nice was when I went to Guitar Center the other day, more on that, I was actually able to get my hands on a true weighted keyboard. Pretty much make the key weights pretty much means that it's going to feel as close to playing a real piano as possible. With these being weighted, it gives a more accurate feel versus these. I can sit here and bang on them all day. Yeah, it's cool. Other than that, I mean, it's just cool. but I did a little bit of just playing around here and there. I actually was able to isolate certain instruments to each of the keyboards, which I ended up doing some interesting EDM type stuff, which, not gonna lie, I felt like freaking, Billy Badass playing two keyboards at one time. So I don't think I'm gonna record myself doing that until I get some sort of a decent performance with that. But it was cool, just because I can it opened up doors. I can play literally two instruments at one time in a sense. But yeah, so to get this guy up and running, I ended up having to go down to Guitar Center, which is about an hour away. What sucked, because I'm a Sweetwater baby, and Sweetwater is Disneyland for music, and I felt like I was cheating on my freaking sales engineer for not going down there. But Sweetwater is a good bit further away than Guitar Center is. But anyways, to get this guy up and running, I ended up having a couple of these laptop stands. They're not industrial laptop stands, but they are for music and stuff. But my early Christmas present to myself, I ended up buying two of them by mistake. I ended up wanting to use one of them for the Mackie over there. Pretty much, the angle of it sits just perfect. It's a steel aluminum construction, so it's got some girth behind it. It's not going to let go of your gear whatsoever. And you can have it stand alone. It'll sit right on the desk, or it has quick release adapters that you can hook up to microphone stands and attach your stand that way, which is awesome. So I had another one sitting around. I was going to use it for my laptop, but unfortunately with my desk setup here, if I used it for my laptop is going to be way up here, and I didn't want that. So it sat around, and when this guy came in and I came up with the idea to finally hook it up, I was like, oh, well, I just need a microphone stand. So we took a trip down to Guitar Center and picked up a new microphone stand. Which I found out Guitar Center has overpriced microphone stands. The guy that's hooked up right here, it's a tripod microphone stand, which I prefer. It just gives me a more sense of comfort just because it has a wider base versus a traditional microphone stand where it's just kind of got that round base. But anyways, yeah, for a tripod freaking stand from Guitar Center was running me anywhere between 60 to 80 bucks. I was like, what the fuck? Can I even say that? I might have to bleep that out. But, yeah, so I went with the cheaper route. It's the regular microphone stand combo. 50. I was like, really? So, anywho, with Sweetwater, I mean, I was running, 20 bucks, got me a microphone stand. No problem. Yeah, Guitar Center, probably won't go there again. Okay, what am I missing? Ooh. Alright, a piece of gear that I really would not like to use. And maybe I'm spoiled, maybe I'm not. But part of the launch box came with the MacBook Pro. This is the 16-inch... No, that's 16 gigabyte. That's the RAM. No. The 512 gigabyte. So, maybe I shouldn't have shown that either. I just got my serial number. Fuck. But anyways, yeah, this, I mean, I opened it up and was like, oh, other than being pretty, it has a pretty display. My setup currently right now has a little bit more of a beefier setup. Not saying that, my gaming computer is going to be the latest and greatest forever, especially since it's a store-bought unit. But I ended up upgrading it, adding a significant amount of RAM to it, and yeah, it's freaking awesome. On top of that, I prefer Windows anyways. I've never really cared for Apple products too much. So I'm a little biased there. But opening this out of the box, I found out, and I got an email through my student email saying that my very first class utilizing the launch box, starting tomorrow at the time of this recording, will be using Logic. Now, Logic for that you guys, Logic for those that you guys don't know is a Mac or Apple-based audio workstation, and it's pretty much same music software. You write music on it, just like any other DAW. Not too familiar with it. I'm familiar with the name. I've never used it before. Do I have the interest on using it? None at all. Especially since I've been using FL Studio for, gosh, almost 14 years now. I've been using FL Studio even just by thinking I'm hot shit back in early high school days, trying to make a beat on Studio. But yeah, no, I have 14 years worth of experience on that, and then on top of that, it's all my software is on there. It's ready to go. As I started maturing with my writing, it's home, and I don't want to change that. I can do just about anything that anybody else can. Any other DAW out there. It just sucks that they're forcing you to learn a DAW, which is fine. It's just I don't want to learn that DAW. Teach me tricks on my DAW, but no, I really didn't care for it. On top of that, setup for me was, the setup itself was okay, but trying to install different programs just kind of threw me for a loop, just because it's different. It's not. I don't know. For you freaking Apple babies out there, tear me up, freaking let me know. But yeah, I didn't care for it. I am not motivated enough to use this. So, also with this, with all my work being pretty much Windows based, all my stuff's on it. So what I end up having to do in order to transfer all of my current libraries to my new MacBook, I end up having to get a pretty beefy external hard drive in order to transfer everything. I got a small one. My library is so crazy out of control right now. It's taken up several memory cards. So I ended up having to get a pretty beefy external hard drive to transfer everything, or at least have access to when I'm actually doing these music production classes that are relying on Apple. I mean, not saying I don't need them. No, I do need them because that's mine. It makes my sound pop. I'm not sitting here relearning how to write music. I already know how to write music. But anyways, yeah. So I had to buy some extra roll here just to get that up and running, and wasn't too fond of the price tag on it, but we got it done. Yay! Just for something to sit there. Yeah, because after this class, I mean, any class that, if I can get away from not using this freaking MacBook, I will get away from it. I prefer my current setup. I mean, I know several of you guys out there would love to have a MacBook Pro. It's, call me spoiled, I don't know. It's not for me. I've never cared for Apple products. It's not for me. My tablet's only seen the light of day that a few times, and that's both my Samsung tablet and my new iPad that this one's giving me. So I don't need it. It's not something I hold value in. It has a pretty display, but I don't know. It's not for me. I think there's a lot of things that Apple does in general that I don't care for. But again, as I with the iPad thing, it's not something that I hold value. I don't care about how they do the USB ports. I don't care how they do everything. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I won't use it. After this class, I won't use it. It'll be a dust collector or a backup. But yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. You do get a little bit of software involved. I didn't get the contact, the complete contact player, which is fine. Initially, that was what was advertised to me when I was signing up for the school. But hey, it's subject to change anyways. That's part of the contract you sign. That was the only thing I was real poopy about. You do get Spitfire Audio Studio Strings, which is actually really good. I've been eyeballing it for several months now, just to have on top of my classical libraries, just to have on hand. But this school gave it to you for free, indirectly. It actually comes in your Novation launch box, or Novation launch key, sorry. Your MIDI controller. And it's just one of the perks of having it. There's also a few other softwares in there by registering the Novation products, as well as Scarlett, that you get. So you get pretty set up. Also, you get Pro Tools and Sibelius? Chew me up. What else? I think that's it off the top of my head. Oh, and then Logic. Now, my opinion going into this now. So, Logic's yours to have. That's not subscription based. Pro Tools is. The nice thing with this school, it gives you 3 years of Pro Tools, and then you develop your libraries from there. But I'm sure as the next 2 years go on, libraries are going to increase, and all the students are going to develop themselves. Now, the thing with Pro Tools, I haven't really touched that program much either, is after those 3 years, then what? It's not a thing that you can just buy. It's subscription based, which is a nice thing with having a DAW that's buy once, you have it, like FL Studio. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm dragging on to 30 minutes now, but anyways, that's the contents of the launch box. It's actually pretty cool. I'm excited to try some of it out. Some of them are just gonna go into storage. But yeah, Hopefully this was some insight for you. Sorry I got on to a couple little bit of rambling there. But anyways, um, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by. Take care, y'all.